Hi you guys, sorry I'm late. I had a neighbor stop by. Okay, still trying to get set up here. So I just feel a little off right now. I will get in the groove. This is I swear to God, this is the most important new moon Leo for the United States of America since 1776. It is so incredibly profound. Okay, I have to stop talking because I cannot multitask. I need some coffee. Also, I'm going to have just a little disclaimer. This new moon, my sun and my Mercury and Saturn are in a T-square. Just think tons of tension. So I just might be a little off, a little bit pawsy with my words today because you guys know I have a head injury. But nonetheless, just a moment. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, am I good to go? Am I good to go? Close. Oh, I need my Twitter notes. My profile. Okay, I was tweeting a lot of stuff in the past 24 hours. I want to make sure I remember. Oh my gosh, I just have to find it. Okay, well, nonetheless, here we go. Am I ready? I think I am ready. Hi, Lori. Hi, B. Hi, Paisley. Hi, Nancy. Michelle. Marie. I am one. Carol. Tarot Love is here. New Moon Mountain Dancer. I think that... Oh, nope. That's NH, New Hampshire. Mountain Dancer. Denise. Hi, you guys. Sharon. Ocean Garnet. Good morning, everyone. Robin E. Yes, it feels like totally morning, even though it's midday for me. I am just not a day person. I'm a night person. Hi, Pearly. Sharon. 171 sign-in. Never again. Sharon Sipe. Strawberry. Hi, Julia. We're just starting. You're right on time. Aw, Tara Love, we love you just the way you are. Thank you, sweet one. Hi, Marty. Earth Mama. Hello. Okay. Freds. Marjorie's here. Hi, Jules. Nice to see you. Hi, Apple. Cartomancy. Okay. So are we all good here? Okay, I know I keep saying this over and over, like, this is the most important new moon. This is it. Well, they are all so freaking profound that it's mind-blowing. This one, I do not think I will ever be able to wrap my head around. I'm just going to try to describe some of it to you. We do welcome new subscribers, newbies. This is my new moon in Leo live that we're doing. And it is incredibly important for our nation, the United States of America, because as I've been talking over the past couple years, the reason why I started my channel was because I could see what was coming, barreling towards us back in 2019 and what we were dealing with. And so that's why I started this channel. So in 2020, I'm not going to go through the whole list, but you guys know it was a shitty year. It was very difficult. I call it the great reset. Can you see that? Of 2020. And the reason why it sucked for so many reasons is because we had 6 eclipses. We had the pandemic, but actually those think of like pandemic eclipses, because there's even a pattern with those eclipses in astrology that have to do with pandemics. So they were like pandemic eclipses, stuff going on. We had 3 Jupiter-Pluto conjunctions. That's the stuff that drives out the Nazis. It's the thing that got rid of, Adolf and Benito. I think we had the Saturn-Uranus square. Yes, we did. I don't even talk about that at all. That should be like a highlight, ordinarily. But the 2 big things were the Saturn-Pluto conjunction on January 12th. And we also had the Saturn-Jupiter on December 30th. The January 12th, this is the Great Reset, promised a change in world power, government structure. We haven't had anything like this since like the Bronze Age, in the sign and where everything else was with the planets. If you don't understand astrology, it doesn't matter. These are points that I always come back and talk about because they're so pivotal. So you have the Great Reset, and then at the end of the year we had the great conjunction of Saturn-Jupiter, which signs, stick a pin in this because this was at 0 degrees Aquarius. The ancients, now this makes so much sense. The ancients said, when we had the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction in the sign of Aquarius, there would be a new dynasty that would rule for about 200 years. And it would take the entire world, to adjust to that over the course of the next 10 years, okay? We are in this 10-year shift of a new dynasty. I feel like it is Ukraine, but after seeing what I saw here, I think it might be the US again. But a new version 2.0. We still have so much shaking out from the Great Reset. I think this was resetting to normal kind of affairs, full of morality and integrity, because I think this is what has clipped the transnational organized crime around the globe that's kind of been rolling democracies, okay? Basically, what's happening now has everything to do with this, and holy crap, 1776. You guys know I've been listening to that book, The Year of Long Revolution, 1774, 1775. Did you know 1776, when our nation was founded, we had a crazy year that year? Yeah, it was crazy, of course. Also had 6 eclipses, okay? Usually we have 4 eclipses. 2020, we had 6 eclipses. If 2020, I say, had been like only 5 or 6 days longer, we would have had 7 eclipses. Eclipses, those are the things that are a big jolt, because it eclipses, you have the sun and the moon energies. Here, look what I'm gonna do. I have props. Here's my sun. Do I have an Earth and moon? Mars, Pluto. Oh, Pluto, hello, Pluto. Do we have an Earth and moon? We have an Earth. Oh, I do not have a moon. Well, we're going to pretend. I'm going to flip Mercury over and pretend that this is the moon, okay? So when we have like a full moon eclipse, the Earth, or just a full moon. But when it's an eclipse, moon, Earth, sun, the Earth is right in the middle. An eclipse, you have the Earth shadow, it's exactly in between. That's why we see that happen when the moon gets covered up with a full moon eclipse. Usually, if we're not in an eclipse, the moon is like over here or like over here. It's just, well, it's so far away. This is not to scale, by the way. That it never is here. Earth's shadow never crosses the moon. But what happens is, oh my goodness, okay, we're going to go there. When we have eclipses, the eclipses interrupt the crust of the earth, the energy going through the core of the earth. What we're standing on. You, me, all of us conduct electricity. So the sun has a different rays of light energy. The moon has different rays of light energy. The moon stabilizes the earth, our seasons, everything. So when we get eclipse, it disrupts the core, the crust of the earth, and causes electromagnetic changes. That's just the sun and the moon. We have all these other planets doing stuff, interrupting the crust of the earth. Okay, so this is why eclipses are jolts. This is why I don't go outside and stand in the grass and conduct even more electricity through my feet and through my body. I can't handle it. I'm old. I can't do this anymore. So that's a full moon. A new moon eclipse is when the moon eclipses the sun. The earth is over here, the moon's in between, the moon's shadow goes in between, and we get a total lunar eclipse. Okay, got it? Let me check in with you guys real quickly. How are you guys doing? Yes, everyone watching the replay. I'm going to tell you, if you're watching this on the replay, it's very important that you get to the back end of this live because we're doing our new moon intentions. You're going to have the benefit of riding on this energy that we have pre-paved ahead of the new moon. So we're like creating a collective big new vortex of creative energy that you're going to be able to write your new moon intentions, contracts, wishes, have the benefit of our energy and expand it. And those of us who are here, you guys, I don't know if you can sense it yet, but I can feel it when other people are like, oh, let me do these. I'm doing my homework. Because it just expands the creative platform that we're all working from together. Get it? Isn't that awesome? Oh, yes. So, Joan P., you need pen and paper. I prefer pen and paper. I know people like to do things digitally. It's just the power as above, so below, taking that cosmic energy from above, bringing it up through the earth that you're standing on, and conducting electricity, and putting the mind and the tangible physical, pen, paper, and writing keeps your focus. It's like supercharged focus when you just pause and do that, okay? So, why am I talking about eclipses so much? This is a new moon, Leo, which is not an eclipse. It is far bigger than all of that. Because you guys know, when you're born, you have your horoscope. When you were, at the moment you took your first breath, and you know when aspects touch you, when you're being charged by something that is within our solar system and not necessarily within you. For example, just the other day, I had tweeted, you know, if you're dropping things, losing things, tripping over things, you know, like I said, I tried to pull a plate out of the cabinet. Not one plate came out, but two. I was losing things. That was because of the exact square between Mercury, things. This is my moon. But here it's Mercury, tangible things, movement, travel. And it was in square exactly with Mars. They were making like this. A 90-degree square. And Uranus, too, way out here, not to scale. Mars, the aggressor, action. This was causing all sorts of problems for me the other day. I was going to lose my mind because, like, I lost my deodorant 3 times. Every time I put something down, I couldn't find it. I'm trying to paint. So, yeah, good luck trying to find anything when you, are doing that. So many of you had me laughing. I was in stitches. There is There is a thread out there. Someone put on their pants backwards twice that same day. Someone already cut their finger cutting potatoes. The cat was a no going to vet. And someone just decided to start dropping things to just get over with it. This was not yesterday. Well, yesterday some, but the day before, it was really, really bad. So why am I talking about this? Because eclipse energy is powerful. It's the thing that forces change when we refuse to make change. It is a done deal. You are opening new chapters. You're closing the past, okay? In 1776, like right now, in 2020, the year of the Great Reset, there were 6 eclipses. But what is so mind-blowing to me is how much they mirrored those 6 eclipses to our 2020 and now 2022, our year of USA being reborn. Oh my gosh. Okay. 2022, this is our year of the Pluto return times 3. Okay. Pluto, the planet, life and death, transformation. Pluto came back to its spot when the USA declared its independence. Pluto's going back and forth 3 times. That's why I keep saying things are in flux. In 1776, July 4th, I have to give Benjamin Franklin credit. He is such a phenomenal astrologer. I just don't even know his cons. I would just love to sit down and talk to him and powwow about this. We were born July 4th. We, by that time, had 3 eclipses. But we declared our independence July 4th. When we got our new moon in... Nope. We had our new moon in Cancer. I'm missing something. That new moon in Cancer, I didn't print. That's the one I'm missing. We had a new moon in Cancer, like around the 15th of July, which was a new moon solar eclipse. So for our nation, in 1776, declares independence on July 4th. A Cancerian nation is ruled by the moon. The moon represents the people. By July 15th, our new moon in Cancer was a solar eclipse. A new moon eclipse. Then we had a lunar eclipse on July 30th, like right about now. That lunar eclipse was at 8 degrees Leo, which is right where about we are having our new moon. No, our new moon right now is at 5 to 6 degrees Leo, conjunct the North Node, okay? So we have this full moon eclipse, Leo Aquarius. We're not even 2 months old. We're not even a month old. And we're activating our North Node, our destiny, where we're headed. This nation is just stoked in eclipse energy from the beginning. Because lately I'm like, there's so much going on. How can it just be just these synods? It's not, because the United States is built up on so much eclipse energy, which makes us ready for change, to adapt, that we can't stagnate. We can't have someone commit a coup on us, okay? And then our new moon on August 14th, 1776, was a new moon solar eclipse at 21 degrees Leo. Holy crap, you guys. Okay, I have to get my brain back in my head. This is just so much for me to try to digest and share. The reason why this Leo new moon solar eclipse back in 1776 is so important is because Leo represents our leader. It represents POTUS, okay? In our nation's history with eclipses, the lunar eclipse came first, the people. between the sun, the president, and where we are with our nation. That came first. Or, no, the earth was in between. I'm sorry. What came second was the new moon solar eclipse in Leo for POTUS, for our leadership around the world. Okay? So we are steeped in eclipse energy. This new moon in Leo is for our president. The reason why last year's new moon Leo was so choppy was because we were still bridging the old presidential 45 energy with the new presidential energy 46. That's why August was so insane. We had a double full moons in Aquarius, and it was truly the official cosmic transfer of power back then. Are you with me? Does this make sense? I know it's so much information this early in the day. Hi, Larkspur. Thank you. Oh, hi, Linda. Okay. Oh, everybody's here. Sometimes I just want to hop on and just chat with all of you. Does this make sense? Yes, please hit the thumbs up. Okay. We're good. We're good. Hi, Leslie. Happy birthday. Okay, you birthday people carry extra positive energy to usher in and just illuminate and exude. And if you can just hold in your heart and in your being just positive sense of fulfillment and appreciation, especially for POTUS, you magnify this platform for him. You don't have to have anything specific. You just hold that note of appreciation, not condemnation. You guys are just going to have to be as positive as you can for POTUS and this next month as you can, and not get triggered by stuff, because we don't want to send him triggery energy, okay? So, and we'll all hope for all of us to stay there in that aura of positivity, okay? Now, okay, so this eclipse is this new moon, it might as well be an eclipse because we're so stoked in eclipse energy as a nation as it is. This new moon Leo is for POTUS. It's our first new moon Leo since our Pluto return, which started in February, as a new nation, okay? It's like a blank slate. We start refreshed. He is just going to get so much sparkly, renewed energy here. Probably about 25 minutes. We still have some time to go. But this is for him. This is for bright leadership. The GOP playbook is dead. That's gone. I think they're really confused by that. But it's like President Biden is going to get superpowers, and he's going to be able to do stuff like we can't even conceive of. The world cannot even conceive of this, okay? And he's going to be able to go. This is why I kind of think part of this next 200-year dynasty involves the United States. I keep saying Ukraine, but 0 degrees Aquarius, I think it's the United States again, because get this. Okay, you ready for your heads to explode? Just stick with me here, because I'm already shaking because this is big. I just want a better pen. Okay. So, this great reset, the great reset was January 12th, 2020, Saturn, Pluto at 22 degrees Capricorn. This is what reset the world. Our oceans reset themselves. Our land. I was talking with them in Hawaii. They're like, you thought only governments and nations and people reset themselves? The ocean was like, no, we do too. We have a plan. We're getting on with it. Where have you been? This is old news. Well, no. On January 20th, 1776, I think the sun here was at 21 degrees Capricorn. Oh my God. Okay. This is even bigger. It's even bigger. This new moon, holy crap, eclipse was at 0 degrees Aquarius. What did I say? The ancients said that when you have the new Saturn-Jupiter conjunction in the air sign Aquarius, there's a new dynasty for the next 200 years. So that would take us to 1976. It would take 10 years to adjust. Oh, guess, and who came into office in 1980? And this is kind of like where everything got screwed up, okay? Just saying, with the rushers. On top of it, our inaugurations are on the January 20th of every year because the sun is at 0 degrees Aquarius. Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, the sign of humanity, innovation, science, revolution, rebellion. Because the sun represents the leader. Our forefathers, they thought this was the strongest place to have an inauguration. Saturn is exquisitely in its dominion. It reigns supreme, even supremer in my humble opinion than Saturn in Capricorn, because this is the visionary. This is the one that envisioned, in my humble opinion, the sun, our solar system, okay? Get it? So we have that. What else was at 0 degrees Aquarius that I was trying not to have my head explode? Well, I don't know. So we're just going to stay with those two things right now. But it's bigger than this, okay? I just, here goes my brain again. Here goes my brain. This is where it all got tipped off. Okay. Now, okay, I'm just gonna check in with you guys because I can't even. Okay, how are you guys doing? Hello, beautiful friends. So wonderful to see everyone. Hi, hello, hello. You guys are so happy. Okay, this new moon has so much freaking healing energy, and it loops back to our nation being founded in 1776 in, I swear to God, hundreds and hundreds of ways. It's we are not separate who we were from then, but we are reborn. It's like we take all of this stuff, like that temperance card, and we are becoming, like President Biden said, it's an American Renaissance. This is where I think this is really going to take off, and we'll really feel this, especially within the next year. They're going to write books, just like they'll write about 2020, the pandemic, and, you know, how we split the timeline of world's history. That people will be talking about 2022, about the quiet revolution that was happening, even though there was a war in Ukraine, about all this stuff we couldn't see until we stood back much farther. Okay. Yeah, brain is saying enough. There is a lot going on here. So, you know, I have not been worried, you guys. I have not been worried. I haven't been anxious. The only thing that's been giving me anxiety is trying to keep up with the events and connecting them to the framework. You know, that's mostly what I've been anxious about, because you guys, it is done. It is absolutely done. Some of you know and have commented about this, that usually you guys have been noticing that if I am feeling something, sensing something, that everybody else feels it kind of several months later than that, like, manifests. So, and I want to say like at least 2 to 3 months, maybe 6 months. But this part I want to share with you specifically. Back in 2016, when we saw it happen on election night, and then into 2017, I remember very vividly thinking, you just have to jump in. And it was like, you're going to hate it, but this is where we're going. And so I just could feel myself like plugging my nose and jumping into the big swirling vortex, just accepting where we were and that someday we will emerge. and it was just very dark and dreary and awful. Well, I was just telling my daughter this in May. I was like, it's been very strange, but I feel like we've kind of been in free fall for the last several years with everything changing. But I feel like I finally landed on my feet. No more free fall, no more upheaval. And the free fall feeling, I think, got started in January 2020 with the Great Reset, because it felt like someone, picked up a rug and shook it, and we were all standing on it, and we've all been tumbling in the air since. Well, in May, I felt like we got our footing. So I feel like this new moon and everything coming out of it and going forward the rest of the year, we will feel like we have landed on our feet. This is new stuff. We're not going back to normal. We're not going back to anything from the past. That is done. We are moving forwards. There's nothing to reclaim or restart again, essentially, from the past, except for the core of who we really are. The GOP has lost its playbook. It's not going to work anymore. We have now are landing on our feet, remembering who we really are, what our Constitution really stands for, and getting all that stuff in line. That's why, if you guys have noticed with our new moons lately, I haven't pushed very hard on creating the new. It was more about stabilization, getting the junk out, and being clear about going forward. So I really think this is a time of stability and going forward. Okay. So Texas is having water issues. Towns are running out of water. Yes. Saturn, Pluto, I promise you, even the Earth is readjusting and restructuring itself, okay? I have no idea when I'm going to be able to get to those Texas charts with you guys, but obviously they're in flux and changing. I know that Governor Abbott is a Scorpio. He is just a mean Scorpio. I do not like him. I do not like that energy. But what's going on right now with Saturn and Uranus and all these things in fixed signs, it is just, he's getting hit very hard. So this new moon Leo in Washington, D.C. just has my jaw dropped for so many reasons. Even the asteroids have been telling a great story. Yes, asteroids count because of the Big Bang. We were all one. The Big Bang happened. We have our planets. The asteroids are part of the whole. Our planets just rotate along the ecliptic path of the sun. That's it. That's why we only get 12 constellations to choose from. Our asteroids are speckled all over the place. They have orbits, very irregular, but because they're irregular, when they cross this plane, they pull in the energy of who they are and the constellations that we never see or talk about. That's why things might seem so random. That's why life feels so much bigger and fuller than just these 7 planets plus a dwarf planet. Pluto, who's actually an asteroid. Okay, so at 1:55 p.m. Eastern Time is when this new moon Leo starts. We have about 15 minutes to go. There are so many things that I like about this. First of all, it picks up where all of these eclipses from 1776 left off. And then here's another, I'm sorry, I am all over the place. In 1776, there's 2 phenomena that happened. We had a total solar eclipse that just happened over the United States of America, and that was it. Nobody else, nowhere else. I want to believe, I'm pretty sure that it is this solar eclipse the new moon solar eclipse in Leo, which was August 14th. Holy crap. Okay, I'm not going there. So this total solar eclipse was like the signature of the United States of America. We have a new moon in Leo. This is the signature for our POTUS only. Nobody else, even though the rest of the world got eclipsed, the path was only over the United States. Just like the Great American Eclipse. Don't look at the sun. Who looks at the sun? That guy. Where the path only covered the United States of America. And when I was realizing this, I felt like the earth, the imprint of our nation, had this eclipse as we're heading to our Pluto return reborn. And it was like it swallowed this eclipse and wanted to throw up because he did not match, as a leader representing the sun, he didn't match the blueprint. I feel like literally our cosmic blueprint threw him up, if that's possible. You know, should I grab some cards? Hey, USA, what did you think? What did you think? Oh, man. What did you think at the Great American Eclipse, Cosmic United States, when this dude was standing there looking at the eclipse? See, our Constitution wanted to throw up when we had this total solar eclipse just over the United States. And it said, get this mofo out. Right? You gotta love this. What's this total solar eclipse USA August 14th? That was in Leo for the president. What did you sincerely want out of this? Good news and a plan and fresh leadership. We're such a young country. Okay, we're not going to be like Russia. This is usually Russian strength. This was the time of Catherine the Great in Russia. I've talked about her in the past. She was not born in Russia, you guys. If you didn't know that, she was actually from Germany. And I think this is why Vlad hates women in leadership positions, because she modernized Russia, embraced democracy type of ideals in education. Around this time is when she took Ukraine. So Ukraine and Russia is having its own Pluto return in relationship to Ukraine right now. Do you get it? So refreshing new leadership. We did not want the oligarchs or religion where they got their strength to impose on people. We did not want that. For our POTUS, we wanted magic. We are in this magical new place using our unique, youthful talents that have never been expressed. Which one is it? Going forward, this is emoluments overturned. This is about character, democracy, morality. We are giving up these things, okay? So not only is this set in stone with our Constitution, it's these 6 freaking eclipses and the new 200-year dynasty with the eclipses at the last Saturn Jupiter at 0 degrees Aquarius. Crazy. So here comes Don Julio the devil. And it's like this is why we felt so sick to our core. He did not belong at all for so many reasons, but right to the core, our cosmic core that is set in stone, it wanted to throw up. I'm telling you guys, if we did not have that crappy 2020 year, we would have been stuck with this, but that got him out. We are to never to return again. So, tarot. This is our first new moon Leo. Oh my God. Post Pluto return. Mind you, that's 2 Pluto. We're at our second Pluto return of the year. There's going to be 3. And we're in that cycle because that happened on July 11th. Are you getting this? How are you guys doing? Okay. Okay. Having said all that, there's a lot of red here that gets stuff done. What is the purpose? I mean, this is such, why is it? What is for this new moon Leo and POTUS, the 6 of Cups? Nostalgic, going back to the past, our principles, our children, our honor. This is more like our honor to one another, honoring one another, where we came from, our hopes going forward. This still doesn't feel right. Really? My hands are just too, and I don't think it's the coffee. They're, okay. What does this mean? The Dream Maker. This is not the Enterprise. Like Don Julio, crime ring. The Dream Maker, the Wish Maker. Our supportive, wonderful president who supports us. So many have been left out, felt left out. We're not doing that anymore. We're going back to the past, our core, so to speak. Why, I don't know why this is a cross. It's not upright or, okay. We were heartbroken. We're not over the betrayal. This is ongoing. This is kind of what's driving where we are now, going back to our past and taking it all in. This is like taking a big, deep breath. Who's in? Who's out? Public servants. Kind of like the last call, we're going forward to where we belong. Together on the same page, down here, the good news, the foundation, we've forgotten that. So this is where we're headed to. These are the energies that are being used as such. Now, this chart, I am not going to go through this in all the ways, but like, you know, when we look at a horoscope, you guys, you know, this is the east, the sign in the east, the sign in the west. The sun rises, hits its highest point, achievement, and then it sets. This is what we're grounded in. Our defenses, it's called the lower heaven, the illy, so whatever. It's a Latin word. I can never say it correctly. But this is our foundation. Okay, so when we look at this chart, you'll notice we have got fixed signs on each side. Something has to give. We're brand new. Things are going to give. Things are going to change. At the very top of the chart, we've got the sun in the 9th house of law, lands far away, and his faith, President Biden's faith. The sun is so strong in this position here in the 9th house. This really is illuminating him. We, the people, are with him right there. He's got our backs. In about 10 days, fireworks. But especially in the later on today, we're going to even see even more then. The thing that energizes this chart, that gives life to it going forward, is the sign of Scorpio. POTUS is a Scorpio, yay. But we have 8 degrees Scorpio on the ascendant, and that is very important because I believe even though it's in square to Leo 8, Leo 8, I think, is around where Pluto was when the Nazis surrender. When I look at these charts, I also see a lot of surrendering by the Nazis, the armistice, the agreement with the New World Order and NATO is what I see, which is exciting. That is very activated. But even here, February 4th, 1776, the total lunar eclipse has the moon at 15 degrees Leo with the North Node. So this is the United States in her struggles, breaking free from an oppressive country far away. We are also trying to break free from oppressive countries far away that's tying up our money. This was about taxation. Now we're dealing with inflation, price gouging, a lot of it coming from overseas, and trying to tear ourselves away from that and get on with our structure and our normalcy. That is active. Nazi surrendering is active. February 19th. Okay, our Pluto return was on February 20th. This was the new moon solar eclipse. On the day of our first Pluto return, we activated this. I had no idea we did that. That's why it's all of this stuff we do is that much powerful all the time. Right here, at that new moon solar eclipse, we have Chiron, the wound that has to be healed. Now, Chiron returns almost to the same place. It's 13 degrees Aries here. It's 16 degrees Aries here. But it's right on this cusp. What do cusps do when you have planets, asteroids? It opens up the whole chart. So what's going to happen, it's this big wound here. That's the focus of public servants, of our military, how we do things, day-to-day operations. That's the huge wound. There's Eris. She's so funny. F around. This is a huge focus. Our new starts with our military, day-to-day ops, our healthcare, our people, our public servants. That wound is activated. In this chart right here, so Aquarius owns this real estate. I was, again, stunned because right here, the strongest degree for this house, the 11th house, our wishes, our hopes, our dreams, that is 19 degrees Virgo is right there. That is our USA Dark Moon Lilith. Dark Moon Lilith has to do with slavery, oppression, women who were disposed of, women who are abandoned, families and children. It's our deepest pain. Just like yesterday or the day before, Venus was past Dark Moon Lilith, and on that day, the women and protesters drove Clarence Thomas out of his teaching position at George Washington University because of their protests. So, POTUS, New Moon Leo, our pain, our wound, public workers, public servants, and our collective wishes and dreams. And who has right here the very last word, the last degree in this house is 14 degrees Libra, which is USA Saturn, the scales of justice. So everything that is happening in our networks, our friends, alliances have to do with pain. And no matter what happens in here, by the time that pain is addressed, we have the scales of justice before it slips on. This is so profound. Do you guys get that? Oh, we're in a new moon. Get your paper and pencils. Get your paper and pencils. Wait a minute, I gotta adjust my fan because I'm kind of hot. Okay. That's what's going on. So, paper, pencils, you guys. New moon wishes, intentions. This is what happens. Oh my gosh, does it feel sparkly? Do you guys feel that? Do you feel the energy? Do you feel it? Yes, simplicity. Okay, so what I do is I write down new moon wishes. For simplicity's sake, I always write I want because I'm a Scorpio. That gets my creative juices and manifestation going. I'm sorry, Taurus, I'm bored by the words I have because I also have Saturn in Taurus. But for Taurians, that gets their creative juices going, okay? So what we do is I write these out. You guys write them out as well. It does not have to be verbatim, word for word, whatever words you want. Please use the chat box. You guys come up with some of the best stuff that you put in the chat box, and then we amplify it. We reread it on replay that triggers more things. So again, this new moon is about USA version 2.0, our president, faith, the law, getting those extremists, and our networks, and our day-to-day ops, getting rid of Nazis. There's something else I was going to tell you, but I forgot. I'm going to put this up here. Put this over here. I'm shaking again. Oh, I know. Okay, so, but the very first thing we must address, and this is for you individually too, is heart health, circulation. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. There are going to be heart attacks, lots of heart attacks, weird accidents, electrocutions, aneurysms, strokes. It's just the way these things are set up. So this is a new moon. We want to keep our energies contained and not let our energies escape us so much, so then we're having to recover and regather our energies in our field of energies, so to speak. The first thing we need to write about is definitely protecting heart health and those type of things, okay? So again, write however you want to write, but I'm going to start off with I want comfortable adjustment to and recalibration of my energies and organ system and heart health and circulatory system as I proceed through the Leo cycle and as the unexpected shocks, news, weather, situations present. I want stability, harmonious heart, free flowing blood, because blood is going to have a tendency to clot and kind of coagulate. So we want the blood to be free flowing, healthy. And so hormones are free flowing, healthy, and excellent hydration. I want good minerals, vitamins for my heart, such as magnesium, vitamin C, D, and essential fatty acids, okay? So I want a comfortable adjustment to and recalibration of my energies and organ systems and heart health and circulatory system as I proceed through the Leo cycle, and as unexpected things, shocks, news, weather, situations present themselves, I want stability, a harmonious heart, free-flowing blood, healthy and excellent hydration. I want good minerals, vitamins for the heart, magnesium, vitamin C, and essential fatty acids. I have to add to this, because this Leo new moon, you guys, this activates the new moon, the solar lunar eclipses back in May. Remember, that's when we had the shootings and other things happening. It activates all that energy. It activates the full moon eclipse in Scorpio last November. That was so difficult. And the midpoint between those was in Aquarius in February. That was very hard. And when the war started. So not only are we dealing with this, we're dealing with all that eclipse energy. So I want to effectively adapt to new triggers from the past year eclipses. I want to take things in stride and have my aura and energies protected. I want to readily change as needed and release stubborn ego making hidden maladaptive decisions. I want my assets and valuables protected and intact no matter what. You know, like weather. If you guys are in a flood zone, please address that. If you're prone to earthquakes, whatever, address that. If you're traveling, please address it. So what's happening? So we have all that, but we want to effectively adapt to the new triggers that are coming up from the past year's eclipses. I want to take it all in stride and have my aura and energies protected. I want to readily change as needed and release my stubborn ego tendencies that will get me in a bad situation that had I done something otherwise, I'd be okay. I want my assets and my valuables protected from whatever may come, whether it's weather, on the road, out of the blue, who knows, and intact. And what? Intact and something. Oh, no matter what. Okay, got it? Okay. So, let me see what you guys are doing. How are you guys doing? Sky Rider, I want truth, justice, liberty, and equal rights for all. Yes. Michelle, I want healthy circulation. Sky, I want unconditional love and respect for all living things. Julia, I want to see a new wave of kindness and compassion. New NH Mountain Dancer, I want to live without oppression. Pamela, I want the ERA passed. Yes. Okay. Ooh. Warrior Girl in Northeast America, the new moon kicked in and started a downpour. There you go. Yes, So this Leo energy is very potent and very strong. I was very surprised at all the things that were shaking out before this lunation, because usually things are really unleashed at a lunation, but we already, I think, have had we had 2 volcanic explosions. There's been like really weird stuff that has gotten started. The other thing I wanted to tell you with this new moon, and I think I need to grab cards for this, is that being at 5 degrees Leo, this new moon, so it's in the early degrees. The moon yesterday from 27 degrees Cancer to 5 degrees Leo was what we call void of course. Because the last planet the moon aspected was Pluto in Capricorn at 27 degrees Capricorn. So the moon was making, well, actually, it's this. So while in Cancer, the moon was making no more aspects to anything in these last degrees because nothing else was there. We call it void of course. Basically, you can't get anything done. People usually get sleepy. It's a good time to meditate, that type of stuff. You just cannot start anything new. Nothing happens. So then the moon went into Leo, and now it's aspecting the sun. We have a new moon right now. But what I love so much, the very last aspect, the energy that's being carried forth, was Pluto from our Pluto return. So all that energy is on the table. So what is POTUS dealing with? Show me what's ripe. What is ripe from the Pluto return? I just felt like Benjamin Franklin handed me a honey-do list. This is what's on the table. Whoa. I'm going to put that right here. What are the most important things? Because, and the other thing that I loved about it, how much news happened yesterday that was very bad for the coup people. All that is right at the door. It's on a silver platter to be dealt with by POTUS. So, okay, wow. One happy family. Is this one? No, this Republican Party is in trouble with the government with their betrayal. Oh boy. Getting to calmer. I feel like I don't know what happened with Manchin. He got a deal, but he doesn't deal unless he needs to deal. Something happened. And then we have the, so this is the coup, the star. This is the coup. It's been Shinzo Abe. Stick a pin in that. Ugh. This is not done. The war in Ukraine. Melania came up with this. Donald seemed frantic and was talking with her about stuff. But we have the star. My once card, an extra card that came in this deck. This is about people approaching our government or people wanting to ransack the Capitol, but mostly foreign money, foreign things, the Tower moment. Seven of Swords getting away. I think this is Secret Service. I think our Secret Service was involved in something much more nefarious going on. We're going to find out their role with not only January 6th, but I think all the extraneous contacts like Abbott and DeSantis and others running states using, possibly, in my humble opinion, surveillance spyware that Israel owns in cooperation with the Saudis somehow. It's like these states are operating with intelligence from foreign hostile nations' energies, or foreign hostile enemies. And I think this is where Joel Greenberg comes in and where Jelaine comes in and why she was transferred to Florida so she could do a better job of cooperating with whatever DeSantis has going on down there. That's what I think all this is. I don't even know how to address that. And the oligarchs and our security and comfort. So let's write some stuff out, okay? So for POTUS, now remember, this is more for POTUS and leadership. So I want our nation my POTUS to easily lead us out of harm and provide transition and access to we the people, citizens, to, what is it? Lead happy, prosperous lives in a fully democratic based government. And to do that, I want, you see this? Am I too far away? I think I'm too far away. I want the ERA ratified and added to the Constitution. I want Voting Rights Act. I want Roe, gay marriage, etc. codified. I want corporations, billionaires, millionaires to eagerly and readily pay their fair share. I want EPA 100% doing their job. I want the assault weapons ban 100% with safety features. Okay. So I want my president to easily lead our nation out of harm and provide a easy transition for everyone to access, we the people of the United States, citizens, to lead a happy and more prosperous life, which is our birthright. And to do that in a fully, totally, 100% democratic-based form of government, a democracy. I want our democracy saved. I want POTUS to be able to have the ERA ratified and added to the Constitution. I want voting rights guaranteed. I want that to pass. I want Roe, gay marriage, etc. codified into law. I want Citizens United overturned. Ooh, I just felt a great big axe fall down on that. I want corporations, billionaires, millionaires to eagerly and readily pay their fair share of taxes. I want the EPA up and running 100% to capacity of what they're supposed to do for our climate. And I want the assault weapons ban 100% passed. And I want all guns going forward to be equipped with safety features. I never thought of having, like a fingerprint security recognition for a gun like they do for our phones. How are you guys doing? What do you guys have here? You guys have, okay, I want the Senate, Dems to win the Senate and the House. I want SCOTUS to be made ethical. I want the Miranda warnings back and police help for all police across the country. I want de-radicalization of law enforcement. I want all extremists out of government, office, and military. I want USA to condemn fascism, Nazis, 100%, and federally protect us from a coup and hate takeover. I don't even know how to explain that. Okay. I want the insurance companies to make oodles of money by insisting that every gun have a policy on it. I love it. I want universal health care. I want climate legislation. I want the Coke machine shut. Something is coming, you guys, with that. That just feels so strong. I want the John Lewis voting bill to pass and become law. Hi, Tarot Love. Yes, we want DeSantis held accountable. He is definitely in trouble. So is Abbott. I want whatever thing they got going on with telecoms and social engineering with the transnational mob to be over with. Sempress, curious what Mansion's birth chart looks like. Sempress, all I can tell you is that his Mars is retrograde in Cancer. You know, Cancer, I usually like Mars in Cancer. That defends us, defends the people, defends the home, defends the United States of America. But it's retrograde, so he is an ass about it. And literally, his Mars is conjunct the asteroid Dick. That's why he's such a dick when it comes to defending the United States. He has to make a big, dickish move to get what he wants. Ugh. I want bad Dems, Mansion, Cinema to legislate like Democrats. Okay. What else do you guys have? We want rain in California. This heart feels gratitude for friends and guides. Yes. I want the California fires contained. I want a permanent, well-paying job with decent benefits to remain healthy and be able to travel soon. I want all Americans, yes, to have a well-paying job with benefits. For all Americans to be healthy and easily healthy and access to health and to be able to travel and have fun with their families. I want victory in Ukraine already, darn it. Martine Reed, I love how random times your lives are. Yes, they're random today. It's because the new moon Leo was in the middle of the day. Self-care, I want groundedness. Okay. What else do we have? I want dental care. I do too. Okay, so we still want... Oh, you guys, you know what else is going on with this chart? That when we talk about asteroids? So the ascendant here, we have 8 degrees Scorpio on the ascendant. My asteroid for arrests, it's the arrest, is 8 degrees Scorpio. That is what energizes this chart for POTUS. So literally, yeah, I want arrests made for all. Read January 6th. It also could mean I want to arrest, meaning slow down, end the ongoing coup. You guys, I just had this thought pop in my mind yesterday. I think the reason why DeJoy is still in the Postal Service is because it's a crime scene. I want USPS to arrest DeJoy for his crimes, or whoever has to do that. So that 8 degrees is arrest. 9 degrees, what was it yesterday? I had them written down. Let me just see if I can find it really quickly, because it was a mess. Biden, holy cow, you guys. Biden, his North Node, no, his Pluto, his empowerment lines up with the United States natal North Node. Actually, USA, you guys, this is also so important because in this chart, do you see this 5 degrees, 39 minutes where the sun and moon are? The United States, our North Node is like 6 to 7 degrees Leo. This is conjunct our destiny and what we're supposed to do. And President Biden's Pluto transformation is conjunct this North Node. Do you see this? It's like he was meant to do this. He is so radically empowered to the core of our nation, the crust of our Constitution, to make things right. And this is happening in the ninth house of law. This benefits Merrick Garland as well in getting stuff done. You guys, it's like it's done. I keep saying that. I know. I really want these asteroids because these were awesome. Because I know that at 9 degrees, God, it was Trumper and someone else. Like Trump has his, I tweeted it. I wish I could remember it because it was really good. It was very funny. So we get to have arrests. Gosh, here's that 18 degree mark again. Potomac. There's so much heal, and I wish I could show you where the healing energies are. Okay, so the top of the chart, we have 15 degrees Leo. This is the other reason why it's so important for heart. 15 degrees Leo is known as one of the more critical degrees, almost fatal degrees in the zodiac, because it's right in the midpoint of the Leo energies. It's right at the midpoint of summer peaking. And I think why this could be so hard on the heart is because the yang energies, so to speak, for heart switch to yin, okay? This is a critical point for the quality of energies to change. And over here in the 7th house of partners, opposition, Mars is 15 degrees. So there is something coming in at an eclipse point with an opposition or a partner that is going to make, it can make a lethal strike. Here's America at 24 degrees Leo in the skies above. And we have President Biden at 3 degrees Virgo. Conjunct, nope. 26, ignore that. Oh, Biden. Oh boy, President Biden. Actually, this is 26 Leo. It's over here. This is Donald's Mars. He already got walloped this week by that asteroid Wuhan, and I think now he's going to get it from America and President Biden. What's going to happen to Donald? Oh, I'm being told, pick up your cards. Yes. Okay, we have to address oligarchs' safety. We want excellent, I want excellent national security and safety. Okay, Donald is going to get, you guys, and the GOP. They're so screwed, you guys. I was looking at this last night. I wish I could remember the details. I'm just going to tell you, yes, once again, this is not a new moon eclipse that you want to start off with by being totally, utterly screwed in a horoscope. And a horoscope that happens to be this new moon in Leo for the United States, Pluto return. Donald and the GOP are so screwed. What's going on with... Oh, and Lincoln! President Lincoln is conjunct Mars too. I need to see Donald. This Mars and Donald. Oh, whoops, that's not going to work. I am not going to remember this. Oh my gosh. I'm just putting cards here for Donald. Regards to Mars, what's going to happen to him, is conjunct Lincoln. This is an eclipse point. Staring down, Uranus. That just feels like a shock. Crowning the skies of Washington. What are we going to see about him? We have asteroid America for Donald. Got President Biden. Ooh. And what's energizing the United States on the ascendant for Donald. And the asteroid Eris. Foundation. The heart of the matter. Donald. I want something upright. Oh boy. So this is the Five of Wands. You have to know I've been mentioning heart this whole time. This has to do with Saturn and Leo. This has to do with the back and the spine. This, it's like we're going to see broken backs. I just got the thing that broke the camel's back for Donald. This could be the FBI, action being taken, or it could be action taken by who? An oligarch. Is this Ivanka? Someone is taking action against him because of the government. This might be his kids because they kind of have to. There's agreements with people who it's like it's the thing that broke the camel's back. So Don Julio, the star reversed. Remember I said he was talking with Melania? This is kind of hopeless. This whole stupid coup thing he's got going on. These are the major challenges. Yes, he was part of it, and his betrayal cannot be covered up anymore. He is the main contact with that. So with Mars and Donald, whoops, King of Wands, he doesn't have... I think these are people turning against his leadership. They're just not fans of him anymore. Lincoln is representing the government, the Constitution, the way things should be. And we have a lunar eclipse point. He can't manipulate this stuff anymore with the people. He is like losing his leadership. This kind of feels like the GOP party is like, we've had enough. Looming ahead with Uranus, the devil. Him, all of him. They're so sick and tired of it. They're so sick and tired of him. So in the skies, we're going to see Seven of Wands. Having the upper hand, no more. Social media, no more. Manipulating ideas in people, no more. It's like going totally impotent. We've got America saying, we want stability. We're done with this. And we know we're finding out more things that you did to make us unsafe and had such a grip on agencies with the rusher. Biden has the secret. Biden knows the secret and said this is going to Secret Service. The guy they installed at Secret Service, in my humble opinion, was working with back channel DeSantis and Abbott, who were working back channel with Russia and China. The Saudi, the Qataris, Israel, all of them, because they were using NSO surveillance Pegasus spyware that we would not use federally, but they entertained with law enforcement. I think they had that on every single Republican. I think that they had tapped all their phones. In my humble opinion, this is what's been showing. Oh, I just got Jelaine there too. So Donald, the ascendant, the thing energizing this new moon in Leo that 100% belongs to President Biden. Anxiety. He cannot provoke and make this nation anxious anymore. We are getting over him. And we have our laws, the Queen of Swords. Cassidy Hutchinson. Oh my gosh. She's all over this chart, you guys. All over. They're so screwed. Oh, I have one more thing to tell you guys. The foundation of this is a Republican Party, the Five of Cups, and all their little back channels. Their back channels with Russia, China, Qatari, Saudi. The gig is up. We are going to find out this huge back channel-y thing that he did with everyone. How are you guys doing? Russia is so done. Yeah. Oh, Russia is in the middle of the crosshairs in so many ways. That's another thing I haven't been able to talk about. I think I was gone. It was our new moon in Cancer right there. It's like we're going to the heart of the matter with Russia and taking them out. Oh, gosh. There was something else I wanted to tell you. It escapes me again. This is what I wanted to tell you about. Okay. Well, anyway. Okay. Here we go. I want radical confidence in President Biden. I want an end to MSM, slamming him, dividing Dems that were, quote, in disarray, that we don't want him in 2024. I want POTUS to take credit, get credit, because he's done so much stuff with the admin. And I feel like Vice President Harris is under the, like, she makes the tiniest move and all those influence ops are ready to pounce on her, to color her in a negative way, like they did to Hillary. And they know it's going to be very tough to do. I think that's why she is not in the foreground at all. And they do that on purpose. But she is doing a phenomenal, phenomenal job. Oh, there is some movement. I want POTUS, USA, to effectively assist Africa, because, you know, China and Russia are there right now, kind of taking over that continent in stability and their sovereign defenses, not meaning we're going to go in and fight a war. Also, I want a free and safe Indo-Pacific. I want China to back down, because they're behind all of this. Thank you, Joni, so much. That's what it was, Paisley. That's what I was looking for. Thank you so much. She found the asteroids that I wanted to tell you about. And it has to do with this. So in this chart, on the ascendant, we have, where is it? Okay. Right here, on the descendant, The sun sets here. This line, 8 degrees Taurus, 34 minutes. This is like your opposition. This is like the goal line. The closer you are here to making a strike on something, it's like you win, you score, you get a goal, okay? So here, 8 degrees Taurus, 34, at 9 degrees Taurus is the asteroid Armistice. You know, the thing when the Nazis surrendered. The Nazis are primed to surrender, like, unconditionally. Over here, we have DRS, like jail, and we have Trumper. So it's like there's nothing he can do to protect his Nazis. And that is in square here, 10 degrees up here. This makes a great big triangle of tension. It's like something has to give. 10 degrees is Donald's Pluto, his destructive planet. Like this is like self-implosion. He's got nothing left to fight this. It's like it could break him. Is at 10 degrees Leo, but the GOP, their rising sign is 11 degrees Leo. Something's got to give. Something's going to part ways, okay? So back to our nation. And I want Ukraine to win already and Russia leave, okay? So this new moon Leo for POTUS, because this is about leadership, the heart and warmth of our nation, our creativity, our expression. I want radical confidence in President Biden. I want MSM to end with the stupid attacks and the stupid narratives about Dems and democracy. I want POTUS to take credit for all that he's done. I want POTUS USA to effectively assist Africa with their stability and sovereign defenses, meaning stop Russia and China's interference, kind of throw a wrench in that. I want a free and safe Indo-Pacific, and I want Ukraine to win this war. Okay. Some are saying Putin is already gone. Gone as in, like, dead gone? Oh, and yes, Cassidy Hutchinson, her asteroids are all over this. It's just, oh, I know what I wanted to say. So let's go back. Remember way back when Mallory McGovern from Michigan gave that speech and threw down the gauntlet against her Republican opponent back in April. She gave this so impassioned, powerful speech because someone in Michigan was making money off of calling Mallory, you know, Black Lives Matter, but I don't know, saying she believed in indoctrinating children, or I don't know. Oh, that she was kind of pushing maybe pedos onto kids. It was just something so gross that they typically do to weaponize stuff against the Dems. So Mallory gave this incredible, powerful speech of who she is and that she's a Christian white woman and she is going to defend LGBTQ, people of color, etc., etc. Well, when I looked at the chart, the way she had landed that, I said, it's going to have sticking power. It was just so amazing because I was taking what I knew from our first Pluto return on the 20th, okay? Because the top of that chart was Aries 7 degrees, okay? Because what she did was, like, trace it back to her. She's kind of the one who was the first to publicly kill the GOP playbook and gaslighting. They have not recovered since. They've tried, but it has just been a horrible failure. So when I looked at the USA Pluto return, at the top of the chart for number 1 in February, we had Aries degree 7. And I was like, oh my gosh, the asteroid Mallory was Aries 7 degrees. You know who else was at Aries 7 degree? Was Samuel, as in Samuel Alito. These are prominent things. And I was stunned because at 8 degrees Aries, I thought it was pretty cool that the asteroid Nancy was right there, that she would be leading a ton of stuff that would give her so much leverage with how we are changing as a nation. Well, Jupiter right now is at 8 degrees Aries. It's stationary. It's been hanging out at this degree for quite a while. Jupiter represents the law. Think about all the great work that the House, the J6 committee has been doing. Think of the House of Representatives. They've been leading the charge. They've been leading the charge with things related to the law. And it's paid off because we've had now interviews with Merrick. So what's happening though, it's stationary. And when a planet stations, you know, here's Jupiter. You know, from our Earth perspective, Earth, we're here. Jupiter, I think it's behind us. Jupiter gets to a point that was standing here. It looks like, because we're going forward, it looks like it's going backwards, but it's actually going forwards. But it just has to do, it's an optical illusion. So from our perspective, when it looks like Jupiter is going backwards, that's called retrograde. And then when it goes forward, it's direct. When Jupiter is stationary, it's like it's gone forward, it stations, then it goes backwards. When it stations, that's like the closest point it is to Earth, and it's its most potent. So right now, Jupiter, the law, faith, is stationing at 8 degrees Aries, and it's going to go backwards, and it's going to go back over the midheaven, and it's going to go back into this area of law. Hi, Sam Alito, we're not done with you yet. This is a big thing that is coming forth. What's happening with this Jupiter? It is stationing. It is giving us time to look at all the people who came to our government to make us weak. It's going to retrograde into the 9th house at that first Pluto return. What's going to happen? Oh. The Mallorys. Alito. Ooh. Espionage, say you? Are you a fool? Into the 9th house, the King of Swords. This is going to go back and look at all those lawyers, all those people that helped Donald with the coup, and justices. Mallory types. It's going to give them some more stability to state their case and land it, get it to stick. Samuel Alito gets to forfeit something. I want Alito and Thomas to retire, leave, as well as Gorsuch, ACB. She is in so much trouble. And who's that other Yahoo? You know, beer guy, Cavanasty, to leave. I want a just and supreme court that's also reborn. I want POTUS to do what needs to be done to balance it correctly. That's what's on the horizon. I want Alito and Thomas to retire. I want them to leave, as well as Gorsuch, ACB, Kavanaugh to leave. I want a just and Supreme Court that is also reborn. I want POTUS to do what needs to be done to balance it correctly. Got it? How are you guys doing? Yeah, I want them arrested too. You guys, Ginny Thomas, in my humble opinion, am I going to butt for, is at the core of this stuff. She is at the core of the stuff related to Secret Service and Abbott and DeSantis and foreign enemies and their intelligence operation going on. She's the back channel for the judicial branch. Gohmert, probably the legislative, as well as some other senators, and Mark Meadows for the executive. Those three are right at the crux of it. And I was just thinking, we have not heard anything about the leak investigation and John Roberts. I was really hoping he could have pulled it together, but he opted for total implosion. How are you guys doing? Julia, I believe Jenny is a Russian asset who was assigned to marry Thomas. You know what? Someone else said that. I do not know her history at all, but I do know that I heard that family's kind of crazy. And are they from Missouri? Arkansas something? I would... Oh, there... Okay. There goes my throat. I think you're correct. I just... Wow. I can't even pick up this mercury. I would say that is a yes. How are you guys doing? Okay, I think you guys, we're going to hold it for there. I'll let you bask in your own little creativity, work on yourselves. Remember, pace yourselves. This year is in flux. Things are going to change. We're going to hear a lot of things, but we're doing this. They said they're going to do this, and just like the J6 committee said we'll have 6 hearings, they had 8. And there's going to be more, okay? But think about POTUS. Think about leadership for the United States of America. Think about your own creativity, okay? Yes. I'm going to hold off on that because every time I say I'm going to do something, something interrupts it. So when it happens, it will happen, okay? So thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, wonderful moderators. Thank you, lovely, lovely, lovely people, for joining me. The Mergoats came to me. They, Moana, from that movie, spitting image of my Mergoats. The Mergoats, when we used to do New Moon Wishes a year and a half ago, when they would sail across the universe, and they were all waiting for us to do our New Moon Wishes. Those were all the canoes in that movie when she discovered the canoes in the cave. Really mind-blowing. Oh, and I have one last, I have a very goosebumpy story to tell you because it's this Moana story again. We're not alone. You guys, there are going to be a lot of deaths. I know it's been happening with our fur babies to many of you. But know this, we always say that they're with us. When I was in Hawaii, when I was in Maui, because my husband and I were Maui'd. We were in Maui for a wedding. We were sitting out one evening, and I was thinking about my mom, how I had wished she was at my wedding because she had passed away. And so I just was sitting there thinking about it, gazing off at the ocean, thinking how I wished I could have gone back and grabbed her hands and brought her here. And in my mind's eye, I could see grabbing her hands, but they were kind of like this white, almost cement, but solid material, so to speak. And in that moment, when I reached to bring her hands here, my daughter was sitting on the ground next to me, and she reached up and held my hand. You could not time that any more beautifully. These were thoughts I was having about holding my mom's hands and bringing her here, and here my daughter in that exact moment, not a second later, reached up and held my hand. They're all with us in different forms and different inspiration and urges. I asked my daughter, I was like, why did you hold my hand? She's like, I just had this sudden urge. I just had to hold your hand, because she likes to hold hands. And I told her the story, and that was it. And then flying home, because we watched the movie Moana on the way home, when I grabbed my mom's hands, and they were kind of like a white, they looked white, and they kind of looked like a solid, well, it reminded me of like limestone, but not limestone because it was non-physical. In that movie Moana, when her grandma comes back and she's on the canoe lost in the ocean, and she goes and she grabs her grandma's hands, that's how I saw my mom's hands. It was crazy. It was insane. So on that note, take care of you, take care of your heart. We are not separate from anything. You're loved. You're so loved. We were all meant to be here. We've gotten through hell so far. We were meant to be here, all of us together, okay? So thank you. We will connect again. Thank you, moderators. Thank you all for your undivided attention on this most important day. This is truly feels patriotic and good for our country, okay? So have a good day. Thank you for coming, Guy. Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Nancy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Carol. It's a great story. Thank you, Melinda. Yes. Clean that closet. Okay. Have a good day. Have a good day. We'll talk to you soon, okay? Okay. Bye.